All right, boom. All right, so first things first, because I know I only have 15 to 20 minutes, right? It's 9:06, so I got to be done at 9:26 at the end. My topic that I was given is to talk about training. Specifically, I'm going to do the orientation, and I'm going to just do my best to try to teach us how to teach us an effective orientation. But when Shay first brought this to me, I was saying like, yo, it's really, what makes me great, I feel, is not something that can be taught. It's something that can be sought. Like you can only see it to actually see how effective it is. You can't really, it's not something that I could teach. So what I'm gonna do is I did my best preparing to figure out a way that I can actually at least give you some concepts on how to actually be effective at communicating in an orientation, all right? So the first thing that we're gonna do, does everybody have a pen and paper? All right, boom. So I want you to, on a blank piece of paper, what I want everybody to do is to print your first and your last name. Boom. So mine looks like this. When you're done, if you could just show it to me, please. All right, I see Shayna, I see Ketura, I see Shaq, Sani, Ace, boom. All right, boom. Steph, okay. Sabrina, all right. Okay, so, all right, okay, yeah, there we go, Ed. All right, so now there we go, Bree. All right, so now under that, what I want us to do is I want us to sign our name right under that. So mine looks like that. Perfect, 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 perfect. All right. So here's what I wanted to start it with, right? How I see this business and how I see any business opportunity is I'm not afraid to follow a system. I am not afraid. If some people want to do their own thing, I'm going to do it this way. I was taught like there's nothing wrong with being a copycat if you're copying the right cat, right? So this metaphor that I came up with, it's basically when Shayna gives me a system or a structure, says this is what you got to do, that's my printed name. Anybody can do it. It's very legible. It's just that. But my signature or autograph, that's what I bring to the table. That's what makes it different. But it's the same exact thing, right? So I have a few keys, some major keys that I want to share with you that I feel that will help. So first things first is I know how the end result will be the night before I start. So the night before I start, I know that this shit is about to be fire. For example, like this training right now, I'm not 100% sure if, you guys are going to get it, or if it's going to be exciting. I'm not going to be animated and all that. I'm just here to give you guys some straight content, right? And the fact that I'm telling you guys before I started, and I'm going to get to this later, I'm about to record this shit. This shit is about to be so impactful that whether you guys get it or not, I'm going to be able to share it with somebody that will get it. So there's times where you're going to see me do a training that I know how the outcome is going to be, that I'm going to prep people before it gets started. Like, yo, this is about to be some shit right now. Y'all better record this. All right, so I know how the end result is going to be the night before I even begin doing my orientation. So how do I do that? I do that by preparation. My preparation is flawless, right? And I learned this through college. I was one of those college students that wouldn't really come to class. I'd be bullshitting, talking to girls on the bridge at Morgan State, right? HBCU. And one time my professor, he was like, yo, Demetrius, this is not high school. You know, you don't have to come. Like, why would you come in late? Why are you playing around talking to people in class? He told me this, and I carried it throughout life. He said, if you're going to be here, then be here. Right? So whatever I'm doing, even if I'm having a conversation with you, I'm not one of those type of people that's going to be doing other things for the most part. I'm actually engaged and I'm actually listening to you. And how am I able to do that when it comes to training? Because my preparation is impeccable. Like, I prepare like it's nobody's business. And I have a weird way of preparing, but that doesn't matter. So I relate it to fish tea. So every weekend or every other weekend at Max, I make something called fish tea. It's good for my soul. It's good for my body, right? So I got to prepare for that. Every week, no matter how good it is, no matter how often I do it, I got to prepare for it. I make sure I have my ginger root. I make sure I have my garlic. Make sure I have my peppers, my mushrooms, salmon head. Make sure I got my yucca. Make sure I got my Maggie seasoning. And I make sure I got my pot, right? So I'm prepared. And if you ever see me make it, you'll see me. Before I even do anything, I'm chopping everything up. Boom, chopping the ginger. And then it's just a layout. I got the ginger root here cut up. Got the garlic here. It just looks real beautiful. Hey, what's up? So it's like, it looks really beautiful, right? So I prepare it. Sometimes when we cook, we just throw it together, boom, 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 and there's no preparation. But when you watch a professional cook, usually they're prepared. So that's how I look at my trainings and my orientation. I prepare. All right? The next thing that I do in regards to I know how the end result is going to be the night before is I practice. Right? I practice in my shower before I go to bed, right? I practice on my commute to work. I'm just constantly practicing. I love to practice. Me putting it down on notes and just looking at it is not good enough. I need to be like, all right, so this is what I'm going to do, right? Before I get started, I'm going to hit them with, yo, I'm about to record this shit. Nah, hold on. Now I'm going to say it like this. Right? And there's points where I like to practice. And some people think it's elementary. Some people think they're too good. But I like to practice. I like to do it out loud. If anyone had a hidden camera in my shower, there would be some amazing things that you'll see. When I used to pitch, I'm doing the same thing. I'm practicing, tweaking little things. I'm like an artist, like a musician, just going through it. So when you're doing your orientation, don't just go through the motions. Make sure that you practice, because you never know who's going to actually be in your class. And like I always like to say, the person who's going to make the most amount of money in this company hasn't even heard of our company yet. So how I'm teaching this, I'm teaching like I don't know who's going to be great. So you got to practice. The next one is you want to bring the energy that you want in the room. You don't want to gel with the energy in the room. And I'm actually dealing with this in this class right now. It's crazy. It's a blessing, man. You want to bring the energy that you want. And what that basically is if you got some low energy people, you got some negative people, some on the fence people, you have to set the tone. So they gotta raise up. I know there's a saying where you gotta meet people where they're at. Nah, I do that sometimes. Like when I'm just communicating with someone, I'll try to meet. When I'm doing an orientation, I want the bar to be up here, and I want them to catch up to me, because I'm not doing the training. Is for me how I see it. It's not for the average or the good people or the people that's gonna quit, and we gotta impress them for them to stay. That's not how my mindset when I'm preparing for my orientation. My orientation is designed to find great people. So therefore, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create the energy so that they know it's up here with it. So if somebody's already up here, then boom, I gotta bring it up to the next level. You want to get excited? Boom, let me show you how I get excited. You ain't gonna be the most excited person in this room, no sir. You talking about money? Oh, you think $10,000 a month? Yo, we talking about $12,000 a month. What you talking about, right? Boom. So be the energy that you want out of your agents. Just so, because the average people, they're just going to catch up. They're going to get it anyway. They're going to just get it. But if you do it for these people down here, then these people are going to run away. They're going to be more standoffish. There's always enough average people. I think y'all say a quote where it says something at the top because the bottom's too crowded or something like that, right? There's too many average people. We have too many. We need some great people, right? All right, the next thing that I do to make sure that I know the end result is whenever I do a presentation or orientation or training, I'm very proactive in my preparation to knowing the possible questions and ideas or concepts that the people may have for me, either something that I'm saying or something that I didn't say. So when I'm preparing it, I'm trying to answer their questions within my presentation. At the same time, I also may sometimes not even include what I think their questions, concepts, and ideas may be based off my presentation. I may not include it. I may just hold it in my back pocket, but be ready to answer it if they ask me that. But I'm usually very ready for any possible questions. All right, the next thing is